You know, we all kind of think of the free market as this natural thing, right? Simple supply and demand. But what if that's just the story we've been told? What if, from the very beginning, the market has been all about myths, manipulations, and a secret history of persuasion? Well, let's dig in and uncover that secret.
I mean, think about the last thing you bought. Coffee, your phone, a new pair of shoes. You made that choice, didn't you? Or was there something else going on? This is the big question we're tackling today. In this giant marketplace of stuff, who is really pulling the strings?
Because here's the thing. Commerce has never just been about products and prices. It's always, and I mean always, been a battlefield of narratives. A place where the most convincing, the most compelling story wins. The story that tells you what a product means, why you need it, and how it'll change your life.
And this all starts with the biggest story of them all. The illusion of choice. So let's take a look at these powerful tales that make us believe in a perfectly free market and maybe see what they're hiding.
We've all heard these, right? Adam Smith's invisible hand, this idea that everyone acting in their own self-interest somehow magically benefits us all. Or the classic tale of the self-made merchant, the backbone of the American dream. And of course, the idea that walking down an aisle with 100 types of cereal is the ultimate form of freedom. These aren't just economic theories, they are the bedrock of our trust in the whole system.
But here's the wild part. This whole game of shaping the market, of manufacturing desire, it's not a modern invention, not even close. In fact, it started long before advertising, with markets built on things that weren't even real.
Seriously? Value was created out of thin air, out of pure imagination. Traders on the ancient Silk Road sold unicorn horns, which were actually, get this, narwhal tusks. They whispered tales of phoenix ashes and fabrics that couldn't be burned. Buyers weren't investing in an object. They were investing in a story, in a rumor, in a piece of a legend.
And it just got more and more abstract from there. By the 18th century, people weren't just buying mythical objects. They were investing in mythical companies. During the famous South Sea bubble, investors poured fortunes into ventures that were described with that exact phrase: pure promises, zero substance. The information, or the lack of it, had become the product.
Okay, now let's jump forward to the Industrial Revolution. Suddenly, the problem completely flips. It's not about a scarcity of goods anymore. It's about a massive surplus. Factories are just cranking out products faster than anyone can possibly buy them. So the people making these things had to get very, very creative. They had to learn how to manufacture not just goods, but desire itself. And they developed this powerful, kind of scary three-step formula that's still used today. Step 1, you have a surplus, way too much of something. Step 2, you invent a need. You convince people they're lacking something they never even knew existed. And step 3, the knockout punch. You attach that new need to a deep emotion, status, freedom, security, happiness.
And once you see this formula, you see it everywhere. Back in the day, you had patent medicines promising miracle cures that were, mostly sugar and booze. Then comes this guy, Edward Bernays, the father of PR. He didn't just sell cigarettes. He sold torches of freedom to women, linking smoking to liberation. He didn't just sell bacon. He literally paid scientists to say a hearty breakfast was the most important meal, inventing a cultural habit out of whole cloth. And this is still happening. Think of vaporware in the tech industry, companies announcing products that don't exist just to build hype and block competitors. It's the same old playbook.
Okay, so if the market is this constant battle of stories, how do we ever find the truth? Well, that question leads to this really fascinating what-if scenario. The dream of a GoodsPedia, a universal, totally transparent encyclopedia for every single product on Earth. Just imagine it for a second. Before GoodsPedia, you see an ad for a miracle health tonic. After GoodsPedia, you just scan the bottle and boom, the truth flashes on your screen. It's 90% sugar water on alcohol. The story just collapses.
Or that hearty breakfast. Before GoodsPedia, it's just a normal scientific part of your day. After, you'd see its real origin story, a clever PR campaign from the 1920s designed to sell more bacon. Not exactly timeless wisdom. This would be a total game changer today. That big tech company announces its revolutionary next-gen device. With GoodsPedia, you'd know instantly that no working prototype even exists. The hype is immediately separated from the reality. So you see, GoodsPedia would be way more than a fact checker. It would act like the market's collective conscience, a superego.
And for us, it would be this incredible strain release valve, lowering the massive mental burden of trying to navigate a world of endless promises and half-truths.
Which brings us to the big takeaway here. The history of the market isn't some simple straight line towards perfect efficiency. It's an unending struggle. It's a constant tug of war between the people telling the stories and the people just trying to find out what's real.
Because here's the absolute truth of it all. The freedom in the free market depends entirely on the quality of its information. When that information is honest and true, we are free to choose. But when it's distorted, when it's a lie, our freedom is nothing more than an illusion.
So from the old story of the invisible hand to the futuristic dream of a truth machine like GoodsPedia, it's clear that our entire economy is built on and shaped by narratives. These stories aren't just marketing fluff, they are the very architecture of the market itself.
And that leaves us with one final, very important question. If the market really is just a story that we all have to live in, who should be the one to write it? The producers with the biggest advertising budgets, or maybe all of us together?